Hey, how's it going guys? I'm Rius and welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing well. This week I finally made a deck out of 2 Shikigami that I've been wanting to feature for a long time. I actually made this deck when I was half asleep, but once I completely woke up, I fixed the ratio and it works pretty goddamn good. So I'm not gonna stall, so let's just jump into the deck rundown, shall we? This deck is actually really cheap. The SSR you see in this list is completely optional. You do not need any of this. I put this in just because I want to flex and have fun. The playstyle of this deck is you either stack up Demon Wine with Tanuki level 1 form, or try to etch your opponent's card as much as possible using Jinkogyo's cards. Then at level 3 you can wipe all of their Shigami using Wine of Fire, and once they revive you can kill them again using Oitsuki's Moon Never Full. It sounds gimmicky, but you have more than enough draw cards to make this very consistent. And yes, this is a very form heavy build, but if you at least get one of their form in your starting hand, you are good to go. Here's what the version without the SSR would look like. You totally do not need the SSR. That's why this deck is really cheap. So here's the card priority list. For the high priority, you definitely want at least one of the forms here. But the most important one is Tanuki because you want to stock up on those wines to use later. Burning Incense is very important to stop your opponent aggro. Ideally, you want to use it when they have at least one Shikigami that's dead, so that when you activate this, you can stun the player instead of the Shikigami, making it harder for them to attack. This strategy will definitely cripple almost any non-aggro. For the situational choice, it's a bunch of cards that would be useful if you have it, but if you don't, you can still set up your stuff without it. It's going to be fine. Out of all of these, Tanuki Evolve is the most important one because that will make your aggro turns more aggressive because Tanuki will be immune to the stun, and the rest of the card here is to stall and debuff your opponent. As for finisher, this will be the main thing for this deck. You want to stall until Tanuki reach level 3, then you want to use Wine of Fire to board wipe your opponent, and once they revive you want to hit them with Moon Never Full to make their revived Shikigami dead once again. Your opponent will never think to snipe Oitsuki because they don't expect you to actually bring this meme card. Then you can use Drinker's Intention to push for damage while their Shigami is dead. It's really simple but really effective plan. And that's about it for the deck rundown. It's a meme deck, so it's a deck that you want to use when you want to have fun, and it's my kind of deck because I've been wanting to make use of Tanuki and Oitsuki for a long time. Now that's out of the way, let's move on with the replays. For our first battle, it's up against Poison to prove that this deck can actually stand up against the meta. With this deck we are fine going first or second, but ideally we want to go second because we need that extra level up to set up our disruptions. For your first hand, getting either one of Yukihime, Jinkogyo or Tanuki form is the key to make your game easier. We got 2 of them, but we are up against Poison, so it will be tricky to maintain those forms. Alright then, on our turn we put both form on Jinkogyo and Yukihime. Remember to put Yukihime's form first so that you can get the extra charge when you activate the second card. With this, as long as they cannot snipe her twice, we can pretty consistently stun the opponent player. And then attack with Sasori. I'm not sure what they aiming with that poison spit. On our turn we will just use Jinkogyo to damage their Sasori and pass. It's better to let them hit our face than letting them hit our Shikigami. On their turn they will kill our Jinkogyo with Memory of Mushi, then activate 1000 Blades, dealing 4 damage with Kainin. I think they are trying to push for damage, but that's not the correct way in my opinion. On our turn we will level up Yukihime to activate Outline Sketch, drawing 2, then we put Wine Tasting Expert on Tanuki that will deal 2 projectile and stun their Kainin. The reason why I put the form now is that we have his Evolve that will full heal him late. On their turn they will put their level 2 form on Sasori, then activate Pincer Strike. They deal 4 damage and shelter their cards and pass. Their hand is thinning very quickly, that's a very good thing for us. On our turn we will finally attack their Sasori, then we evolve Tanuki, stunning himself. That will boost his attack, heal him and trigger Yukihime passive. If Tanuki survives until level 3, we can board wipe them immediately. On their turn, they will put the level 2 form on Okiku that will deal 1 poison projectile, then activate Poison Spit, killing our Tanuki. Well, that plan just went out of the window, but it's alright. On our turn, we will evolve Oitsuki that attack with her. She has Twilight, so we evolve her one more time to trigger Yukihime passive, and at the end phase she will stun them. So if they don't have those precious combat cards, they cannot attack us. On their turn, it turns out they had 2 more poison spit. They will use that to kill our Oitsuki. Well, that was completely on me. I was getting too cocky. On our turn, we will evolve Jinko. Oh, it's tempting to edge the evolve, but we pick the combat card instead because we want to use Burning Incense to do that instead because it also stuns the Shigami. And with that, they cannot fully maximize their level 3 play for 1 turn. On their turn, they will activate Daydream, dealing only 2 damage AoE because none of our Shigami is poisoned. Then they activate the Edge combat card with Debuff last turn, but for some reason it didn't activate the Edge effect. It must be bugged, but oh well, it's okay. We can still use other cards. On our turn, we will activate our last Burning Incense, stunning their Mushishi again. Then we activate Skill Imitation on Kainin. We then kill her with Kurikaramaru and boom, 2 of their attacker is dead. They cannot activate anything next turn unless they top deck Okiku's card. On their turn, me and my big mouth need to shut the hell up. They top deck Okiku's field and pass. On our turn, we will board wipe the rest of their Shigami. We put Drinker's Intention, stun their Okiku with Demon Wine, and scrub them clean with Wine of Fire, killing both of them and the field too. We still have 1 more turn to finish them off. On their turn, of course, they will pass. On our turn, we will give Tanuki a Demon Wine so he will auto-attack. Then a second one to trigger Yukihime passive to lower their health, and Tanuki will finish the rest with a 9 attack punch. Our second match is up against Susanoo Aggro using Ibaraki. That's very interesting because I never see anyone bringing Ibaraki nowadays because he's been completely power crept. But let's see if they are cooking some serious ideas. They get the first turn, so of course they will start with activating Kingyo's spell to start their engine and pass. Our hand is looking not that good actually, it's too heavy on the spells, but at least we have Tanuki's form, so we just put him on the combat zone and pass, getting a Demon Wine at the end phase. We do have Skill Imitation that might come handy later to poke at their Shigami. On their turn, they will activate Susanoo's field, then use Ibaraki to kill our Tanuki. I think they knew what we are planning. Kingyo will also buff their Ibaraki at the end phase and they will pass. On our turn, we do not want to let Ibaraki grow his attack, so we have to use one of our skilled imitation to kill him, then use Yukihime to poke them a bit and pass. On their turn, they will activate Kagewani Piercing combat card that will trigger Kingyo's skill, killing our Yukihime. And of course, they will push damage with Kagewani, dealing 4 damage. They do not mind if Kagewani dies because that way they can give piercing to Susanoo or Ibaraki. On our turn, we will evolve Jinkogyo, etching their Susanoo evolve, then we'll attack them just to push for some damage, and put a body to damage their Shigami if they decide to attack. We already have the pieces to board wipe them all. All we need to do now is stall and keep their Shigami health below 4. At the start of their turn, Kingyo will heal them, very lucky, but they will evolve Susanoo. So we will recover 3 health and they will eat 2 projectiles. After that, they will attack with Susanoo and they will immediately use the Thunderstruck they got from the evolve to kill our Jinkogyo. That was a very wise move. I respect that. On our turn, we will get rid of their Susanoo with Tanuki, then use Moon Allure to draw 2. We didn't get anything useful, so we just used Demon Wine on Tanuki to heal him a bit and pass. At the start of their turn, Kingyo will heal them again. They are almost back to full health. Sheesh. They will finally put Ibaraki's level 2 form and of course use their ranged combat card, killing our Tanuki and did 2 damage AoE. Thankfully we only have Oitsuki's alive, if not that AoE would have hurt. On our turn we have to stun their Ibaraki with skill imitation, then activate Outline Sketch to draw 2. We did get Oitsuki evolve, so we evolve her to set up for our next move. Kagewani will revive next turn though. I'm afraid if they got the first move combat card, hopefully not. On their turn they will attach Hidden Breath back to Kagewani that will trigger Kingyo's skill, attacking us. Man, it must be very nice triggering Kingyo's effect every turn. Then they will assault with Kagemani. Okay, thankfully they didn't have the first move combat card, but we are running low on health. On our turn, we top deck Burning Incense. Okay, this is perfect. If we can somehow hit Susanoo's card, that would be amazing. But we didn't. We did see Kingyo's SSR, so we picked that instead because I do not want them to luck sack her effect. We activate Kurikaramaru to clear the way and damage their Kingyo. On our turn, they will kill our Jinkokyo with Ibaraki, then use Demon Hand to drag our Yukihime and kill her too. The AoE damage from Ibaraki will kill our Oitsuki, completely wiping all of our Shigemi. But unfortunately for them, our Tanuki will revive next turn. On our turn, our Tanuki revives, so we immediately put him to work, stunning their Susanoo with Demon Wine, and completely wiping their Shikigami with Wine of Fire. Yeah, didn't expect that, didn't ya? Our AoE damage is more powerful than your measly 2 damage AoE. On their turn, of course, they will pass. Now, as usual, I got too cocky and made a quite fatal misplay. I should have attacked first with Tanuki before activating the Demon Wine. I could have dealt 10 damage, but only got 6 because we stunned Tanuki too early. Of course, this will be fine if you already evolve Tanuki, but if not, it can be quite dangerous. On that turn, they will evolve Kagewani and try to deal damage to our Tanuki, but that didn't kill him, and they will pass. On our turn, our Tanuki is still stunned, so we have to make do with the subpar damage using Jinkokyo. We did try to dig our deck, but didn't really get anything useful, so we pass. On that turn, they will finally put the SSR on Kingyo. Then use Susanoo Hunt card to hunt our Tanuki. That Tanuki hunt was a questionable choice because as long as Tanuki is alive, we can do the board wipe again. On our turn, well, time for Oitsuki to shine. We will make their Shigemi return to the grave using Moon Never Full. Then we attack with Jinkokyo. We have extra plays, so we activate another Moon Allure to set up our top deck and pass. On their turn, they will use Susanoo level 2 form. Oh, it can revive him? I did not know that. Then they will use the Fatal Combat card mainly to keep their Susanoo high health and pass. I mean, that would have been a great move if we didn't draw the free hand last turn. On our turn, we activate that, then we put another Drinker's Intention on Tanuki. After that, we let him drink, and he will let it rip, finishing off the opponent. Well, that's all for today's video. I certainly hope you enjoyed it. Anyway, if you want to support my channel, I have Patreon and Ko-Fi links down below. And as usual, if you have any kind of feedback, leave it down in the comments and see you on the next video. Bye.